how do I link this? Okay, how do you link?
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we have not just one, but two duos. Duos.
Yes.
Which is basically the same game but different theme.
Yes, and each of them has two different themes. We've got the sport and fairy tales, and we've got the
Things and animal.
things and animals.
Thank you. So it's actually here. For some reason this
I
one
have
has got...
I have the Polish words in
You've got
front
the
of me.
Polish words. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you an overview of the game and review.
This game is almost best explained by demonstration, I
All right,
suppose.
let's do that.
So we're using the fairy tale side here. We've got a 4x3 grid. We each have a matching one here. One player is the leader that everyone else is trying to match with. But essentially everyone looks at these images and tries to make 4 pairs of related objects among them using these different colours. So we would look through these and we would determine what we think are the 4 most obvious pairs.
So obviously it's more clear in higher player counts. One person is the one that is the master. What is it called?
The narrator.
The narrator, and the rest trying to match what they think the narrator is matching up with. Almost there, Tarrant. Got one more after this.
So these are double-sided cards. This again is the fairy tales and sports version. So there's a big deck of cards.
Do you want to be the narrator this time? Or do I? It
For-
doesn't really
for
matter.
2 players, doesn't really matter. It impacts how you score it, but it's not
Okay.
not a big deal.
Oh, quite different.
That is surprisingly different. So
That is
we've got the two books. So I had these 2 books as joining. So did you?
So if you are the narrator, I will get the points, or you get certain points as well.
Yep. I had these 2 animals. You had these ones here.
Why don't you like this one? This is in a dog family.
I saw this as more mystical, and I saw those as more real animals.
But this is wolf and this is werewolf.
Yep.
Anyways.
We
This
both.
is what happened in the
So
game.
there were 3 weapons, and we each did a combination of 2 there.
Yes.
So you did weapon. I did those ones, and
But this is with a string. This looks like, anyway.
yep. And
I did not accept
there
this.
were 3 people. I
Correct.
had those 2. You had those 2. So we only matched 1, which was pretty poor.
Well, this one are ladies, and this is.
These ones have a
male.
lot of black. Anyway, so that is a game. You
Yes.
score points based on how much you match with the narrator, and you go around until everyone's been narrator once or twice, and then highest score wins.
I think
And the narrator also scores points for how many people they match with.
That is
So
correct.
different scoring for that.
so. This is the animals, and if you see in the flip side, it's actually sports and fairy tale, and this is the animal one. So you see different type of animals. If you flip it, things, animals and things. This is for me is a party game that plays 2 to 6, the best at least 3 players though, 3 to 6. It is a family game, I think, and it's more. It is a game, but it could also be more activities for family. Not the scoring. I feel like the scoring is secondary than the play, and then like what I've done before. Oh no! Why can't you just choose this? You're trying to read the other person's what you think that the other person would pick. What do you think, Tarrant?
Yeah, look, for me, it's an activity that you would play with quite young children who were developing skills in linking pictures together.
I think
that's about all I would say for it.
This is actually, I think probably it is actually aimed for those groups. So it's a good one for those groups.
Yeah, because if I look at this as a party game for adults, you look at what we just played there. When you're doing drawing games, picture matching, codenames types of games, where things get fun is where it's obscure or where it's funny how someone's come up with some option. They've come up with some tenuous link from why a Dixit card gets a certain clue. This is, hey, we both did the 2 books. Hey, we both did the 3 weapons, but we got the combination wrong. It's like, it's obvious why everything is linked.
Okay.
And it's true across all 4 of the categories. It just, there was nothing funny that came out of learning what was going on. So for me, that's why I wouldn't play this. I wouldn't play it in this style as a party game.
I would will play it with my sister's family. They've got, it's like 6 years old, 14 years old, and 9 years old, something like that. I kind of like lost track now of their age. And this is an activity or game that I would definitely play. And because this is language independent and they don't really speak English, they live in Bali in Indonesia, then they can just jump in and play. So I'll definitely will take it to them and then just show them. When they come here, I'll probably play this with them. So yes, it's probably not for you, so I won't play with you, but that would be for the family, which is what it is actually, I think, intended to.
Yep. However, we did come up with a way of having fun with the game as a party game of adults. We used, as I say, we've got 2 sets with 4 different themes. So we basically took 3 of each theme, mixed them up, and said you weren't allowed to match it with its own theme. And when you do that, then you end up with much more tenuous, confusing links.
Okay.
And I found that to be that was quite a lot more fun, because then once it all came out, we had to justify our choices and explain why some pretty obscure links were made. There were still some pretty obvious links, but it became much less obvious. And it relies on you having 2 copies of the game to do it, but I found it much more fun.
That makes sense, but it's kind of like my brain was like, oh no, how do I link this? Okay, how do you link? What would you pick?
Well, my first instinct is an octopus has enough tentacles to press all the buttons on this this controller at once.
And this is why we're not winning. So my first instinct was, this is a water sport. This is octopus lives in the water, so you should probably link them.
That second instinct makes a bit more sense.
Oh, right. But yet it's not your first instinct. Okay. What else that is your instinct, Harold?
What else? So if I were chopping down large mushrooms, I might use a chainsaw for that.
Oh no.
What do we have here? This looks like a planer. It's like a piece of woodworking. You might use it to make antlers sharp. So I'll do that. And then we've got chess and a queen of some sort. So it's a little bit chess-like.
So we definitely, I've mentioned this a few times. Me and Tara don't think alike.
Our lateral thinking is
yes. But what's important is that we has got the same whatever outside this game, not lateral. But lateral thinking is very different. So, for example, code names. We would never win, don't we?
We occasionally win.
Like I would do this too. I would link this to.
I should have done those too. I saw, because I was, and it's part of it, because I had immediately went into, all right, I have to think obscure.
All right. That's fair. And then I would probably do this. This is like a fairy, the magical fairy. A magical fairy would probably do. It's just magical deer.
It's just a normal deer.
Well, it could be magical. And what I like about it is that he's got this orientation, so people would sit around the table, and as long as they have their orientation right, so this is the orientation, so you don't get confused. And I would probably...
I did keep thinking this wavy line was water.
A what, sorry? A water?
I did often think that wavy line was water. It meant some of the images went into a different context.
Okay.
I remember there was one that, this one obviously is on water anyway, but I remember there was one that was like a big hook, and I imagined it being like a rescue hook. Trying to get someone out of the water, because that's kind of what it was like.
I would link this too, because this is a game, and this is also a game, some sort of dexterity depending on the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And the last one, probably I would link the book and the chess, because they're really kind of like
Nerdy things.
Nerdy things. Yeah, thank you. There you go. That's mine. It's completely different.
Yeah. Yours makes a little more sense than mine. You have to
yours is
cut
a bit
down
nice.
trees to make the paper to buildable.
Oh, that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
That is actually true. So that's an option. You can mix them both, and this, or you can, who knows, you can do code names with these cards,
You could.
or Telestration, or maybe not. Two of those.
Many options.
Many options.
Anyhow,
yes.
that is not how you play Duos.
That's not how you play.
But
But
that's how we played, and we did have fun with it that way.
it's confusing.
Yeah, if you were going to play Duos in its basic form, it is.
It is
it's
like
not
a-
for an
it's-
adult party game. It's,
Okay, that's fair enough. All right.
it's a learning family game.
So that's Duos. What do you think of it? Do you know any games that are similar to this? Let us know in the comments. If you want us to make more of this video, let us know in the comments. And if you like Tam's jumper, let us know in the comments. I'm kidding. Hit the like button and subscribe to us if you want to see what's coming up. Hit the bell as well. Also on Instagram, so find me there as well. In this video we do not only review, we do how to play, playthrough, and short and sweet. And that's it.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye all.